Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene criticized her own party and Speaker Mike Johnson over the weekend.
Greene went on to comedian Bill Maher's show and expressed frustration with the fact that the GOP doesn't have an alternative health care solution to Obamacare, which she also bashed. Let's listen.
That's been a lot of my angst. So a lot of the things I say are against my own party, but they're mainly my frustrations in Congress. The Democrats passed Obamacare, but yet the Republicans have never done anything to correct the problems that exist with it. And I blame my own party. That's absolutely wrong. And I don't think it's an easy thing to fix. However, it's something that we should have a plan for. And Mike Johnson, for a month now, cannot give me a single policy idea, and I'm angry about that.
Johnson, however, hit back on Greene during an interview with Fox News on Sunday. Anchor Shannon Bream brought up a tweet from Greene where she referenced a GOP conference call that she didn't seem too pleased with. She wrote, in part, Johnson said he's got ideas and pages of policy ideas and committees of jurisdiction are working on it, but he refused to give one policy proposal to our GOP conference on our own conference call. Here's Johnson's response.
Yeah. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, that's absurd. Obviously, we're not going to be on a conference call explaining all of our plans and strategies for healthcare reform because they're leaked in real time, literally. Our ideas have been out there for a long time. We're formulating the final plan that will bring down premiums. There's only one party in America that is going to do that. Remember, the Democrats are the ones that created the system that is failing us. They created Obamacare. They said it was going to bring down costs. It's done exactly the opposite. Premiums, by some estimates, are up 60% since Obamacare was created in 2010.
Speaker is a very slick operator, almost a robotic-like efficiency. He never gets flustered by attacks from various directions, but I think I have to give this one to MTG. He's saying that we're not going to say what our health care plan is to our members because it might get leaked. Why would we care if the details get leaked?
Also,
isn't the health care plan going to be a good idea? Don't we want people to find out about it?
If there's proof that Republicans have a strategy on health care, I think that would be the most brilliant thing they could possibly leak at this time in the middle of chaos and a government shutdown. And Marjorie Taylor Greene's story is interesting, right? Because it's people that have mixed reviews about Obamacare. I think that it was a good thing. She thinks that it was a bad thing. She talks about the root of it and her own family's health care costs going from $800, she says, to about $2,400. So she said the middle business owners, middle class people got crushed while a lot of people did get health insurance that were underneath the middle class. And so their balance, a good thing. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. But if we don't figure out how to get a lot of people on health insurance and not have people just in the emergency room that taxpayers end up paying for anyway, right? Then we are not having a good and effective healthcare system. And so there has to be a conversation to be had, whether you like the last decade of healthcare choices we made doesn't have anything to do with right now. They need to come to the table and have a dialogue about the way forward. And if Mike Johnson actually has ideas other than pass a clean CR, then he should say them out loud and the public should all know what he's saying so we can actually point to Democrats and say, you are holding this up.
Right.
You are, because the president from his 60 Minutes interview doesn't seem that he's having any dialogue about health care. He wants them to pass a clean CR. Mike Johnson's saying he has ideas, but he can't say. And so that's not acceptable, especially when people are looking at the effects of the government shutdown, especially on top of the effects of now that enrollment season is open, healthcare rising and costs rising. I think that those things are both stressful to the average American.
Yeah, Obamacare is a bad system. It replaced a bad system, and we don't have a good system to replace it. And I wish Congress would work on this more. So I agree with MTG. Also, can I say something?
Yes, please.
She looked really good on Bill Maher. I liked her outfit. I liked her sense of style.
Crush it on MTG.
I'm just going to admit that.
President Trump threw a great Gatsby-themed Halloween party over the weekend, hours before millions of Americans lost their SNAP benefits. Stick around.